God, my glutes are bad.
The glutes?
Yeah. Really tight. Oh my God, that Irish girl that's going to shape as well, isn't she? She's going all the time. Come on, Vale.
Okay, just gentle acceleration back halfway. Okay, we go quickly over the line. Heel sprint out to 5. Back. Face the field. Okay, first beat 5, 3, 2, 1, go! Same thing, 5, 3, 2, 1.
sun may be setting and the temperature dropping, but the action is set to hot up here at East Grinstead's home as the Vitality Women's Premier Division returns to Sussex for the first time in 2022. And what a game we have for you today as well. The hosts, the newly adopted league leaders, East Grinstead, taking on a Wimbledon side hot on the heels of the top three. It's going to be a fascinating game, and we're going to be bringing it live to you in full. So please stick with us for what promises to be a thrilling encounter between two of the best women's teams in the country. So as previously mentioned, East Grinstead are now top of the Premier Division, courtesy of their victory last week, thanks to an Ellie rare double, seeing them beat Beeston 2-1. That lifted them to the top of the table on 27 points, equal with Hampstead and Westminster and with Surbiton, but ahead with a superior goal difference. Hampstead, who were the runaway sort of leaders in the first few weeks of the season, have been pegged back in recent weeks, and that included a loss to Wimbledon last time out, which has seen Wimbledon move to within just a few points of the top four once again, and still very much in title contention. The last time these two sides met was earlier this season, back in early November, as East Grinstead here at St Hill pulled off a 2-1 victory, thanks to goals from Sophie Bray and Autumn Bowden. It was the first ever meeting between the two teams in the Premier Division, which for two quite established teams was quite a surprising fact to find out when I was researching that earlier this morning. They've actually only met in the league 5 times in recent memory. Those other 4 occasions coming in the Conference East in the 2013-14 and 2014-15 seasons. And if we're going just on the history books alone, then East Grinstead are within a very good shout of victory today. They've played 5 games. East Grinstead have emerged victorious on 4 occasions, and that includes every single time this fixture has been contested here at St Hill. Wimbledon have come out victorious once, and that was back in March 2015 as they came out 2-1 victors. But that was a good nearly 7 years ago now. The teams have changed, the sport has changed. It's going to be an exciting game here. East Grinstead's run of form in the league has been quite phenomenal really over the last 2 and a bit seasons. After a slightly disappointing start to the 2019-20 season, they've actually went on a run of 32 matches and just 2 losses since then, and that included 21 games unbeaten throughout the rest of the 2019-20 season and all of the curtailed 2020 and 21 seasons. So far this year they have played 11, won 9 and lost 2, and those 2 losses were to Surbiton and Hampstead, proving how close things are at the top of the league. For Wimbledon, this is only their 2nd season competing in the top tier, and indeed hopefully their first full completed season. But they took to the Premier Division like ducks to water last year, finishing in 2nd place before the season was stopped due to the pandemic, with 4 wins and 2 losses. And so far this season they have recorded 7 wins, 2 draws and 2 losses, and they are on the back of 4 wins in a row, so they are in fine fettle and hoping to spring, not necessarily an upset, but cause another big victory today. I'm going to be joined throughout this commentary by Tess Howard to my right hand side.
Hello, Will. Hello, Will.
It is on. My apologies.
Thank you so much.
It is on. Tess, how are you? Good to see you today.
Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks. Yeah, the sun's out, and I'm looking forward to this matchup. It's quite nice to see a team, slightly different to what they normally set up as, both sides, which I think will make the game a little bit more interesting.
Of course, that is in part because some England players are due to be travelling to Argentina for Pro League duty. So, Tess, I was just wondering, looking at the 2 sides here, if you could give us a run through on which players and which numbers to look out for, and what we can expect to see today.
Yeah, thanks, Will. Well, we'll start with Wimbledon. I think the players you can look out for: number 8, Sarah Jones.
but also some players who have recently joined the GB setup. So Fiona Bennett, not sure what number she is, but she plays with, well, actually, the most of them play with pink shoes, but she's in pink shoes. She's a forward for Hampstead and has proven pretty useful in the last game. She scored 2 goals to beat Hampstead, so look out for her. And I think the other one in the Wimbledon team is Kate Axford, who has also recently joined the GB setup and is an exciting sort of half-back, also a fellow member of Cambridge City back in the day. So shout out to Cambridge City fans.
Probably should point out that Kate isn't actually playing today. She's unavailable and
oh, well then my apologies. I'll revise that one to Nicole Bowen, also plays a sort of a screen half-back.
And Fiona Bennett, obviously Scottish international, joint top goal scorer at the recently concluded World Cup qualifier, which took place in Italy. A very exciting player, has been on trial for the GB setup over the winter. Not officially announced, well actually you have just officially announced her as joining the programme, so congratulations Fiona, and to Case as well.
Spoilers. Yeah, and then on the EG side, I think you've got some usual faces. So Sophie Ray, captain of the EG team, will look to be pretty useful up there in the attacking half. Further back, I think Laura Myers has had a fantastic season so far, helping East Grinstead obviously win indoor Super Sixes. A couple of weeks ago, she was pretty instrumental. Similar player, similarly Irish is her nickname, but her real name's Chloe. Chloe Brown at the back. She plays with, well, she has blonde hair, plays with a young one stick, I believe. She's in the middle of a pitch right now. Yeah, she is fantastic at the back. Also a goal-scoring threat from penalty corners, so look out for her.
One player I wanted to ask you about, Tess, is Autumn Bowden. It's been quite a remarkable story, really. Been at the club 21 years and been in the second team for quite a long time and progressed into the first team, scoring goals. How great is it to see someone who's dedicated so much of their life to this club?
Well, absolutely. I think Autie is how she's referred to here at the club. To have someone like her kind of just shows you what you can do if you put your mind to something, and she's been instrumental not just sort of for us as a goal scoring threat, scoring in key matches in the last half of the season, but also from a social point of view. She's part of the club from the start. She's got great interaction with the juniors, and it just helps us connect all the way down. But yeah, look out for her. She likes to lurk in the D and give her half a yard of space, and she'll put it in the goal, just like that.
We've got some young faces out here training and warming up for East Grinstead as well. Any particular ones that we should be looking out for?
I think from off the back of Super Sixes, you should look out for Eliza Wheeler. So she's a goal-scoring threat as well, but very busy player. So you'll see her getting in the action. Like she'll go up against these seasoned internationals in the Wimbledon side and feel no fear. Also incredibly athletic, which always helps in this style of game. Another one you should look out for is Robin Bentley. Probably shouldn't call her a junior because obviously she's the same age as me, but she also has come into the team this half of the season or this season and proven a really useful player in the midfield and forward line.
And speaking of the forward line, Sophie Bray, baby-faced assassin, goal-scoring legend. What is it like to play with someone that you just know 99 times out of 100 is going to put the ball in the back of the goal?
That's a very generous statistic. I think playing with Sophie, you're always going to know you're going to get 100% work ethic, and that's probably one of the things that she's probably not mostly known for. She's known for her goal scoring, but in reality, she moves very smartly. So she'll be watching the game as it builds. She'll be positioning herself in the right place. And so the way she scores goals is not just by chance. It's not just her reverse stick hit that is notorious. It's her positioning in front of the goalie, predicting where the rebound will come. So when I played here last season, and hopefully at the end of this season, the way she moves just allows you as a midfielder to play the ball exactly where she wants it, and then your assist is basically done because she'll just put it in the goal.
You mentioned there, hopefully back at the end of the season. How is everything going for you?
Yeah,
We've missed you.
rumours. I probably shouldn't have said that. Rumours. Yeah, no. So it's actually going really well, thank you. It's been I'm in my 10th month of ACL rehab and never felt better. No, but honestly, yeah, I have never felt better. It's been a long road, but it's definitely all been worth the pain and the graft. So yeah, hopefully the next couple of months I'll finish off the rehab and then be back in April. Yeah, hopefully back on this pitch.
Is it days like today that make you really miss it? Seeing here, watching your teammates warming up. Do you want to be out there?
Will, don't bait me. Yeah, I mean, obviously every time I watch a hockey game, I feel something. But if I didn't feel something, then I wouldn't be where I am today anyway. So, yeah, of course I miss it every day. But it's going to make it that much sweeter when I come back and beat Wimbledon at the end of the season. Rumours.
You're starting them. I'm not getting involved.
I know, I have actually started quite a few rumours here. Clearly coffee's gone onto my head.
Teams in the last throes of preparing for this game. The sun has come back out, which is quite nice. The crowd is starting to filter in and much anticipation ahead of this game. There's still a long way to go in the season, but it's really hotting up at the top of the Vitality Women's Premier Division. Just looking down at Wimbledon now, can see the familiar figure of Alex Bennett, assistant coach now to the team. Influential probably in recruiting some experienced internationals to the Wimbledon setup. Holly Pern-Webb has been playing for them this season. Susanna Townsend, recently retired GB international, has joined. Fiona Crackles is also at the club as well. But there's also still a lot of players who've been with the club for a long time, and it's great to see that experience still sticking together as they just head out to the middle for their warm-up, as do the East Grinstead team likewise, boasting some young, exciting talent today. A couple of names that Tess hasn't mentioned to watch out for, but we thought it'd be worth a mention as well. Wearing number 14, we believe, is Matty Hamilton, and number 15, Sienna Kaisers, two very exciting young players who've been involved in the indoor game for their clubs and schools over the last few weeks and transferring those skills back out into the outdoor games. So Tess, what goes through the mind of a player sort of in the last few moments before pushback?
Oh, well, both teams will listen to their captain, remind them of the team talk before the game, any coaching points. I know EG are a relatively sort of young side, and so they'll be listening to Sophie to hear what words she has to say up against this Wimbledon side. But you always end with your chant, and that gives you a good boost.
Dare I ask you for a prediction?
I think it's going to be close. And I think it will be a very energetic game. That's my prediction.
So not going too specific on the score then?
No rumours I shall spread here. If you really want me to have a guess, I think it will be a 2-all.
Well, we will find out over the course of the next 70 minutes or so of hockey as Wimbledon start us off attacking from left to right as we look at it, and already East Grinstead harrying in the midfield, winning the ball back as it goes out for a sideline, which will be taken by Susie Petty. Sleeves rolled up and guns on show. Very determined and up for the fight for this one. It's Wimbledon firing it down the left-hand side.
That's Fiona Bennett on the ball. Already proving herself useful.
The exciting Scottish player, as Tess mentioned previously, scored the 2 goals against Hampstead last week.
A very advanced half-back from Wimbledon. Yeah, that Susie Petty receives the ball, gives her a great opportunity.
That's a dangerous-looking ball there that Olivia Chilton was diving to get on the end of, but deflected over the top of the crossbar, and no worries for Laura Myers in the East Grinstead goal. Laura Myers, who I learnt while doing my research for this game, was actually born in Michigan. First played ice hockey before taking up field hockey when she moved over here.
That is something I did not know. She's been keeping that a secret.
Here's Chloe Brown with the neat ball down the left-hand side. Evades the stick of McDonald, but here's Sophie Bray taking on Kate Maxey, and Kate Maxey sticking with her, but Bray moving towards the circle. Maxey still there, causing havoc. Winning the long corner, it is Sophie Bray, so early statement of intent from the captain. Here is Welsh defender Joe Westwood firing it out to the right-hand side. And the ball goes behind for a Wimbledon restart.
It'll be interesting to see how EG set up their press. We've been told in our briefing to keep it tight, to get numbers back. Wimbledon have often proved a threat when they've gone through the middle of us, so hopefully our structure will prove just like that pretty good.
The ball there deflected behind off the stick. Well, I thought it was off the stick of Westwood, but it's been given to East Grinstead, so clearly a Wimbledon touch. Sarah Jones trying to win the ball off Kaisers, but the youngster does well before unfortunately being forced into conceding the sideline ball. Wimbledon pressing very high early on, and that ball is deflected through there by Chilton. So Wimbledon certainly looking to put the early pressure on. Here's Brown, under a little bit of pressure, but some lovely skills initially before Burnett robs her of the ball. She's got Jones to her right, she finds her up the line. Jones now on the baseline, tries to get in across, it hits Westwood's foot, and it's a free hit to Wimbledon. Jones with the 3D skills, as recently shown on the GB Hockey Instagram feed, and doing well to win herself and her team the first corner of the game.
Yeah, EG unlucky there, just not quite getting the stick and body in the right position, so it looks like a much worse of a foul than it is, and the umpire has no choice when he hears that bang to do a corner.
Now when you're setting up as a defensive team, obviously you've done your research, you know roughly what corner threats they have, but can you tell just from the way the players are standing roughly what they're going to do, or is it?
Yeah, you want to deceive them, obviously, at the top of the D, but yeah, number one runner's role is just to get as hard as they can out to whoever the ball lands to. And usually it's a straight strike from the start, so we'll see.
Jones, the injector, comes out, smashed down towards goal, and it's the opening goal of the game, fired home. And it's the Wimbledon side who take the lead early on. Lovely straight strike into the corner by Kate Maxey, her third goal of the season. And it's the visitors who have the early lead here, but still a long way to go. That's a lovely piece of skill there by Hannah Cousins. After a year out of the game, it was great to see her back last weekend and making her first home appearance in a long time. And great burst of skill there as East Grinstead immediately looking to gain control of the ball and move their way up the field and get straight back into this one as Cousins there, winning the sideline ball. Lovely turn towards the circle.
That is, yeah,
and that's
that's
fired
G.
there by Cousins and brought down smartly. Here's Lydia McDonnell coming up against Susie Petty and not being able to find a way through.
Yeah, good response from EG here, putting the pressure on. I like the idea of an early shot from Cuz, so that's good.
Here's Bray. Bray under pressure, trying to turn away from Reynolds. Almost managed it, but the defender just got a stick in, and it's a long corner, which Brown will take. Laying it back to Harriet Mitchell, who captained the side to indoor glory at the Super Sixes the other week. Hoping for more silverware at the end of the season. As the ball is fired in towards the circle, it takes a touch. Bray is sniffing. Nikki Cochran did enough to put her off, and the ball goes out. But certainly an energetic response. East Grinstead looking to get straight back on it. Sarah Jones there trying to inject some pace for Wimbledon, but couldn't control the ball. And East Grinstead have possession and territory once again, as Cousins looking to dribble through, but the ball is intercepted. Here's Susanna Townsend. Lovely bit of 3D skills to get away from Jo Davies. Just checks back, looks for a teammate. Here's Chilton once again. She's been lively early on. Now attacking down this left-hand side under some pressure from Kaisers. Ball bounces up and it's still there inside the circle, and diving Myers comes out and smothers the ball. And you mentioned work rate. Sophie Bray there back inside her own circle, helping out the defence. Still Wimbledon have the ball. It's Petty. Good touch there by McDonnell, and Brown can bring it clear in her bright orange shoes and win the free hit, and danger averted for East Grinstead for the moment. Harriet Naismith of Wimbledon just leaving the sideline ball there for a teammate, but the player who's one of the few survivors of the last time these two sides met before this season, back when they were both in the Conference West in 2014-15. Susanna Townsend now to Maxi, the goal scorer. The solid ball in towards Susie Petty. Back to Maxi, two good friends off the pitch, often training together in the gym, as that's a long ball forward for Wimbledon.
Yeah, you can just see how Wimbledon are setting up a really wide back five shape almost with their midfielders, rolling either side, just causing a lot of problems for East Grinstead to press at the moment. And those straight balls across the pitch just can't happen.
Mitchell there running into a little bit of trouble, but winning the free hit, and that's a lovely ball out to Courtney Hansford. Ball snatched off her though, and here is Jones. Ever energetic as always with a neat ball in towards Nicole Bowen, who wins the free hit just outside the circle. Petty looking to shape on the reverse, but decides to instead take the ball back to Maxi, fires it across the pitch. So Reynolds attacking now down the left-hand side. That's an easy cutout there for Chloe Brown, the Irish international, trying to find Sophie Bray, but just falls away from the striker. And Wimbledon once again pressing well and winning back possession. Good pressuring coming in there from...
Yeah, this is better pressure from East Grinstead, looking to keep it one side once it goes that way. And yeah, that's the kind of ball that we want to just encourage sideline, 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 rather than letting them cut through the middle. Look for this this wide half back Susie Petty on the side.
Very definition of hugging the touchline. Here's Naismith. Jones touches it on, well intercepted by Brown. Jones quite forcibly wins it back, and the umpire rightly stops.
Yeah, that just looked like a little bit of a left shoulder before ball. I'm sure unintentional.
Yes, one thing I've learned from watching Sarah Jones over the years is very, very physical player, gives everything and more. I'm sure that's something you appreciate when you're playing alongside her, but maybe not so much when you're playing against her.
Good sportsmanship from Wimbledon there.
It's Grinstead with the ball down this left-hand side of the attack with Hansford looking to find some space, and winning the free hit.
Now East Grinstead on the ball, looking to stretch the field. Could we do a little cross-pitch aerial? No.
No, Brown goes short to Davies instead. Little 1-2. Just seems as though that East Grinstead, whenever they get on the ball, have no time. There's always a Wimbledon player swarming, as proven there.
Yeah, that was Nicole Bowen showing her 3D skills there. She was the one that I mentioned earlier.
Petty and Maxi combining once again. Reynolds down this left-hand side. That's a lovely ball. Bit of pace injected now by Wimbledon. Ball coming in towards the circle. Turning there, the Wimbledon number 24. Just forced to lay it back to Townsend. Townsend does well to get away from her marker. Lovely ball in towards Bowen. Myers has to be sharp there to get the foot out, and the free hit goes to East Grinstead.
That's unlucky for Lucy Holder. That was a really good, I thought it was a very good take, momentum and skills around the goalie, but as an EG supporter and player, obviously, I'm happy that it was not a goal.
It's a loose ball though by East Grinstead, giving Wimbledon possession back immediately, which Jones takes a sideline ball quickly, fires it in towards the circle. Joe Davis does well to cut across, get it out. Jones with once again the 3D skills, winning the long corner, which Petty is wanting to take quite quickly. And here comes East Grinstead now with a chance to break. Good-ish tackle by Petty. In that it broke up the momentum, but it was illegal, so it was a free hit to East Grinstead. Hansford with a neat turn. Intercepted initially by Petty, but Hansford keeps hold of it. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell into Davis, the Barbadian international. Former indoor captain of East Grinstead as well. Vastly experienced player. Battling hard in the centre of the pitch there, winning the free hit and setting up Chloe Brown.
Yeah, she's got numbers forwards.
Unfortunately, the ball just took the aerial route, not intentionally, and flew straight through into the goal of Nikki Cochran. And it's Wimbledon's turn to cause some unnecessary pressure to come onto them with a loose restart. What can East Grinstead make of that? Mitchell. Brown once again, she's seen plenty of the ball early on, moves it on quickly. Some lovely skills in there by Guadalupe Lacour. And the air shot there comes in. Play carries on, the shot on the reverse, and it's turned over the crossbar by Bray. First real chance of the game for East Grinstead though. That's a difficult one for Sophie Bray to control. I imagine they're not that fun fired towards you at that height in the circle. It's
a great shot from Lydia McDonald in a short amount of space at the top of the D there. I think that I wonder if Bray's just stopped a goal. I don't know.
You feel like it was a good height that Cochran in the Wimbledon goal would have potentially been able to cover it, but I guess we'll never know. Anyways, familiar pattern of this first quarter seems to have been resumed with Wimbledon inside the East Grinstead half, but that is a loose pass forward, but it must have taken a deflection off a foot at some point, because it is a free hit to the visitors. Still leading, courtesy of that straight strike from a corner by Kate Maxey. Long, long way to go in this one yet. Bennett is tackled by Brown. Scottish international looking to add to her brace from last week. Here is the goal scorer Maxey. Into Townsend. Up against good friend Sophie Bray there, and the ball deflects through towards Burnett. She takes a bit of an air shot, and the ball is eventually cleared by Kaisers. Here's McDonald now with a chance to break. She's got Bray ahead of her. For the first time on the pitch today, we see Autumn Bowden as well, previously mentioned in the build-up to this game. Certainly a threat inside the circle. Here's Brown. Very difficult to miss in those bright pink trainers. Just trying to work out if they're pink or orange.
Yeah, they are luminous pink, very good.
There's Kaisers there, is nabbed of the ball, and here's Burnett. Lays it back to Eliza Brett. Here's Susanna Townsend. Susanna Townsend works her way into the circle nicely under a bit of pressure from Cousins. Westwood gets in the tackle. It's a legal tackle, and here comes Bray now. Bowden ahead of her. McDonald for company, and Bray just checks back, and there's a bit of miscommunication there, and once again Wimbledon have the ball in their possession with Sophie Hawkins.
Yeah, that last counter-attack really well stopped by Jo Westwood. I think if Susanna Townsend just had the ball under control, we would have been in a difficult situation, but...
That pressure continues to come from Wimbledon, but that's nice work by Hansford to set McDonald down this right-hand side. She's seen a lot of the ball in the last few minutes. Feeding in Bray once again. The deflection came in there from Nicole Bowen, so it's an East Grinstead sideline ball, which Bray takes immediately, working her way into the circle. She's got past 3 already. She makes it look so easy. Bray cutting it back, and it's initially cut out. Hansford fighting there with Townsend, and despite Tess's call to the right of me, it's not a corner, and Wimbledon can bring it clear, but the sign of the class there from Sophie Bray, and Burnett showing her own class by dribbling past 2 and winning the free hit. The game just coming to life in the last 30 seconds or so. Alex Danson-Bennett just below me giving out her instructions, assistant coach, as McDonald intercepts that pass forward. Once again, she's running down this right-hand side with not too much help, and she checks back neatly, finds Mitchell. Just a little bit sloppy once again, giving Wimbledon the chance to put their impetus on the game as Burnett fires it out here towards Bowen. Bowen cutting back past Hansford. That's finding Stera Jones, who goes to slide on the reverse, and it's a good interception by an East Grinstead player. And the free hit is won. Both teams just looking dangerous in the circle. Some good skill on show, some good dribbling. But both defences holding fairly firm so far. The teams separated by that one straight strike. Here's Brown once again. That's another meaty challenge coming in there on Brown once again. This time from Susie Petty. Certainly a physical game, this one. Lots of players spending time on the floor, lots of quite strong challenges coming in. Is that the sort of situation you relish, Tess? Are you quite a physical player yourself, or?
It's a good question. I feel like I hold my ground. I think all players should hold their ground, which, is a big part of the international and national league game. So, yeah, it's just interesting to see how the help side is such an important factor in both these games. If East Grinstead can just manage to break through that line of the defence through to the other side, I think we'll be in here.
As the aerial is thrown, the whistle goes, and at the end of the first quarter, it is East Grinstead 0, Wimbledon 1. The goal coming from a penalty corner, scored by Kate Maxey. We'll be back very shortly.
Welcome back to the second quarter. Wimbledon versus East Grinstead. Townsend on the ball.
I feel like I've lost my role as the commentator now.
Yeah,
Tess.
sorry.
Do you want to carry on by yourself?
No, I just thought I would start it. Over to you, Will.
Thank you. So what can we expect to see? They've had the first chat as a team. What are you hoping to see in this quarter now from East Grinstead as they aim to draw this game level?
Well, thank you, Will. Oh, what's going on?
That's, I think, a first for me in a club game. The umpire telling the coach to be quiet, essentially. Very respectfully done by the umpire, though.
Jason Lee just doing his job, supporting his players. But yeah, I think from the quarter time team talk, I imagine Wimbledon will be told keep going through the pressure, keep going, and I think EG should just gain confidence. I mean, other than that corner goal, I think we've been in this whole time. And as we can see, opening up the help side, maybe they were listening to me. I don't know.
Indeed, here's McDonald. She's got hands for the head of her now, and East Grinstead body's racing forward, but the ball is deflected into open space, and that's a great tackle there by Lacour, the Argentinian. 2016 Junior World Cup winner. It's got great pedigree there in the South American. Certainly made a good impression in her first few games at East Grinstead. Here's Townsend, playing just her 4th game for Wimbledon since joining this season. Of course, it announced her international retirement officially after the Tokyo Olympics, but I think those in the know all knew it was coming. And here's Autumn Bowden. We mentioned her before the game. It's always a junior, and it's fired, and it's a shot, and it's wide. My apologies. And she looked like Robin Bentley. Well, it's number 26 anyway, I think it was. Just trying to work out on our team sheets exactly who is marked up as who, because it's not quite as we were expecting. But that was a great chance there for East Grinstead. One-on-one with the goalkeeper. Shot from the top of the circle, decided not to take it on, Tess. Is that, maybe do you think she should have taken it a little bit closer to the keeper, or shooting from the top of the circle, is that normally the right way to go?
Yeah, I think that was good, given that she was being chased back by a Wimbledon player. You don't want to give them too much of a run at you. Yeah, I think it was a good shot. Those kind of hits can just sort of slip through the goalie's pads, so it's a great effort. And a good statement from EG, I must say.
First big chance for EG in this game, and you felt that they are growing into this. Wimbledon had a lot of pressure and a lot of territory early on, but as the game's gone on, East Grinstead have warmed up and got into it, and hopefully for them that's the first chance of many to come in this second quarter. Some defending to do firstly, though. Here's Naismith, just forced to retreat and find Townsend. Here's Anna Reynolds, who's operating largely on the left in that first quarter, now on the right-hand side. Susie Petty in an advanced role finds it back to Reynolds. Deflected on. That's a lovely deflection. A great save there by Myers. Coming out to smother the attempt by Sophie Hawkins. What a start to the second quarter.
Yeah, that was lovely. I'm not sure if that deflection was meant to go there, but it was pinpoint accurate. You wonder if she should have taken that just on the full, just given it the good old see if she can hit top corner, but it's a great effort.
Townsend in towards the circle. Picked out well, and the umpires just bringing play to a stop there as we see our first card of the game.
That's really strong from one of our youngsters there.
I think it's Liv Chilton who seems to be the recipient of the first card. Doesn't seem overly happy about it. Don't think any player ever is particularly happy to get carded, though, having said that. Plenty of action in the opening 4 minutes or so of this quarter. Townsend under pressure and loses the ball to Lacour. That's a neat touch there by Eliza Wheeler. Here's Hannah Cousins onto the foot of Petty. Nothing given. Play on. Here's Wheeler up against Maxi. This time winning the free hit near the left baseline. Here's Cousins firing it in towards the circle. Slight miss hit though, and Wimbledon can bring it away with Sarah Jones. Trying to find a way past the court. Nothing given initially before it's fall back for hitting a foot.
Yeah, that turnover from East Grinstead just coming from Townsend dribbling through that space. The space really is, as you can see, across the other side. So if Wimbledon, like they are here, bring it in and out and then go across, they can really exploit East Grinstead around the edge.
Lucy Holder up against Harriet Mitchell, and Mitchell this time comes out on top. Brown has seemingly switched sides for this quarter. He's operating close on the side closest to us, where we are commentating from, but seems to be now on the opposite side, the far side. Still very visible though, with her luminous shoes. East Grinstead just enjoying a period of just knocking the ball around the back here. It's a very nice piece of skill there up the left-hand side. Just looking for a teammate. Here's Westwood.
Yeah, I like this from East Grinstead, just building up our own time and our own pace.
That's a neat ball there into Cousins. There's a flailing stick by a Wimbledon player. Play on. As the ball is taken away from Wheeler by Townsend. Townsend looked to have rolled that one over the baseline, and indeed she has. It's a long corner to East Grinstead. And possession and pressure just starting to pay off. Its momentum is just swinging towards East Grinstead's favour, and that's a nice ball into Cousins. Cousins tries to find it across the LaCour, but Holder's there to intercept. Long ball takes a deflection. East Grinstead don't seem concerned, and indeed that's because it was off a Wimbledon stick. As we enter the sort of the last realms of daylight. The lights coming on. Lovely interception there by the number 14 for East Grinstead. Cousins to her left, finds her. The Welsh international turning past one, trying to get past two. Maxey fighting back, and Petty comes across, intercepts, and brings the ball clear for Wimbledon once again.
Yeah, just wondering if Hannah Cousins, once she's beaten that first player, maybe even beaten the second player, can she just move it on there? I think Sophie Bray was just around the edge of the D, and those are the kind of passes that we want as East Grinstead.
Jones under pressure from Bray, out towards Petty. It's a lifted ball, nothing given initially, and eventually it goes to Wimbledon's way. Must have taken a deflection to take it aerial off an East Grinstead foot or stick. It's a lovely ball out to the left-hand side. Nicole Bowen looking to dribble her way into the circle, forced to retreat. Naismith with the lifted ball bouncing through into the goal, but no touch, no danger. A chance for East Grinstead to start from the back once again.
Wimbledon setting up a really good press here, actually. A lot more aggressive than the first quarter.
And it's paid off almost immediately as soon as you say that, with Naismith now on the ball, and once again happy to just go backwards to Petty, who's seen plenty of the ball early on. Fires it in towards Jones. Jones with support down this right-hand side from Eliza Brett, and Eliza Brett goes to get the ball across the circle. Shot on the spin, takes a deflection and is kicked clear by Myers. Still though, Wimbledon have the ball. Here's Bowen winning the free hit just outside the circle. Petty once again. Brett scored 5 goals already for Wimbledon this season. Haven't seen too much of the ball so far, but will be a constant threat, you'd imagine, when she is on the pitch.
Again, the tactic from Wimbledon here, just see if we can get the ball in the D. I imagine Alex Danson has been, Danson Bennett has been talking them through that. The more you get the ball in the D, the more you're going to score.
As they tried to fire the ball into the D, it was intercepted and gave East Grinstead a chance to break, which they have done. And now back inside the Wimbledon half. Hansford, pass intercepted by Naismith. with options to her left, fires it on to Chilton. Back on the pitch after her green card, getting past 2 players. Hasn't got anyone ahead of her though. Sends it across to Jones. Jones, well tracked by Welsh teammate Cousins. Here's Brett once again, seeing a lot of the ball now in the last few minutes. Brett with a dangerous ball towards the circle. It's just deflected away by Mitchell. 2 or 3 Wimbledon players were queuing up for that. And here's McDonnell into Bray. Back to McDonnell. He's done a lot of running, a lot of carrying so far. Just checks back and finds Brown. Turning into trouble and winning the free hit. Do Wimbledon. As Jones comes off to take a break and is replaced by Townsend, so plenty of international experience coming on to replace plenty of international experience. Here's Anna Reynolds. Petty once again. Bowen. Wimbledon just taking their time, happy to keep control of the ball. Maxi with a dangerous ball in towards the circle, which is tidied up by an East Grinstead defender initially. Townsend wins it back. Burst of energy.
Yeah, it's noticeable how many players Wimbledon are having that sort of final quarter. It's really important for them, stretching the pitch. They realise where EG's numbers are, which are in the centre, so they're just moving the ball, trying to find that way in.
Here's Bowen. Up against the East Grinstead player and wins the free hit. Do the hosts. Two chances of note early on in this quarter, one apiece. It's gone a little bit quiet in terms of goalmouth action since then. Plenty of endeavour from both teams. Lots of turnovers of the ball. It's a lovely take by Eliza Brett. Gives away the free hit though for backing in. G once again content just to knock it around at the back. Mitchell. Ball. Free hit and a turnover once again in favour of Wimbledon. Who themselves are happy just to retreat for the moment and reset. Hawkins into Naismith. Townsend with a bright orange glove. Neat turn and pass in towards Olivia Chilton, who was lively early on. Looking to dribble her way in towards the circle. Winning the free hit, which she takes quickly. Trying with the 3D skills. The ball does get into the circle, it bounces up. Davis is there, Liza Brett's there. Nothing given either way until the ball hits the foot of Brown. So Wimbledon once again with possession. Davis there, easily reading and intercepting that attempted pass into the circle. Needs a little bit of help. Spins away from one, can't spin away from two. Here's Eliza Brett going towards the 3D skill, smashes the shot on the reverse. And it's in the end quite a way wide of goal. And I think she'll be disappointed with that because that was a very clear opportunity. Wimbledon looking to double their lead. And Townsend, as once again the momentum just swings in this game. Wins the ball. Hayden Naismith fires it in towards the circle, picked out well by Westwood. Chilton trying to get a shot away, charged down. Mitchell there across the cover in front of her own goal. Fantastic work. Really calmly done under pressure there. Hemmed in is Cousins on this left-hand side, and she does really, really well. But it's given away to Townsend, and the touch is just a bit heavy. And now East Grinstead have the chance to counter with McDonnell. She's got 2 ahead of her and 1 alongside her. What does she do? She dribbles past 1. She's got Bray to her right, and she's got Bowden to her left. The ball comes in, and it's not Bernice Mitchell, and out comes a diving goalkeeper, and it's a penalty stroke to the hosts. Much to the confusion of Nikki Cochran.
You could see that whole Wimbledon defence flood to the ball, and fantastic positioning just to operate around that penalty spot. You're always going to have a diving goalkeepers there, so that's really well done.
That's twice in this quarter now. East Grinstead's number 26 has found herself alone. Her intelligence and ability to get away from defenders really shining through. And it'll be Chloe Brown to take the penalty flick. Can she bring the sides level? Brown against Cochran. That's a great save by Cochrane diving up. And the score remains at East Grinstead 0, East Wimbledon 0, East Grinstead 1. So, big opportunity there for East Grinstead to get themselves level, but a great save by Cochrane. And we go again, Petty with a long ball forwards. Davis under pressure once again. Does well to go back to Mitchell. As the ball is knocked out and it's Wimbledon once again in possession. Can they make the most of that? It's lifeline given to them. Here's Townsend. Ball in towards the circle, cut out by Westwood, but it bounces up for Holder. Holder dribbles away from one. Seems to have found the foot just outside the circle, but it's actually given the other way. Another tussle going on for the ball, and Cousins comes out on top of that with the free hit. That's a lovely piece of skill. Ridiculous. Fortunately, she loses control and Burnett can do the tidying up, but for a player who's had more than a year out of the game, Hannah Cousins is looking really, really sharp, and I guess that must be great for you to see, Tess.
Oh, Hannah Cousins, yeah, she's doing really well out there. This is her second or third game with EG, so yeah, it's nice to see that she's, you know, after injury you always have so much energy, so it's nice to see. Nice to see.
Here come EG again. The aforementioned Cousins under pressure from Petty. Petty winning the ball back.
Again, you can just see that Sophie Bray's operating in that sort of middle pocket, and if we can get the ball in there once we've sucked the players wide, then I think we're just going to have more joy.
Lovely ball and lovely touch. And here is almost into Robin Bentley. We have managed to work out that she is the number 26 after a little bit of confusion. She, of course, had that really clear chance early on in this quarter, one-on-one with Cochrane that was saved before winning the penalty stroke that was saved by Cochrane. But that means the score is still East Grinstead 0, Wimbledon 1, heading into the last moments of the first half. Here's McDonald. She's shown plenty of running so far, and she's got Bray in front of her once again, but just not quite the right pass. The endeavour is definitely there from East Grinstead going forward. It's just not always clicking, but we've still got a long, long way to go in this one yet. So we tick down towards the half-time interval. Maxi scored the only goal of the game so far. Townsend with a neat turn and getting away from 2 or 3 players there. She's got Petty out to her right. She finds her. Petty's got Eliza Brett straight ahead of her. Good covering there from Courtney Hansford to avert the danger for the immediate moment. And there goes the half-time whistle. So in the top of the table clash, it's first versus fourth, and it's the team currently fourth in the table who lead Wimbledon ahead 1-0, courtesy of Kate Maxi's goal in the first quarter. East Grinstead have had their chances. Robin Bentley coming close at the start of the second quarter before Chloe Brown had a penalty stroke saved. It's quite an even affair, and we expect it to get an even more riveting watch as we head into the second half. So make sure you join us soon for the second period of this game.
The world is constantly in motion, moving fast, and it all runs on data. By the power of technology, we bring people together, wherever they are, and keep the data they depend on flowing round the clock. Our data center, cloud and mobility solutions support business-critical functions in the most innovative and demanding sectors, from genetic science and cancer research to autonomous vehicles and space exploration. We build automated data centers, driving sustainable energy, helping to conserve our planet. Our technology connects you to the data and the people you need. Safely, securely, and reliably. Focus. Powering your digital transformation.
The sun has fully set. The lights are starting to take effect, and we are back for the second half of East Grinstead against Wimbledon. For those of you who may have missed the first half, it is the visitors who have the lead, courtesy of a Kate Maxey corner strike in the first quarter. East Grinstead had their chances in the second quarter, with Robin Bentley one-on-one with Nikki Cochrane, the Scottish and former Great Britain goalkeeper, doing well to save before she then produced a fine save to keep out a Chloe Brown penalty stroke. We are back for the second half. I'm joined once again by Tess Howard. Tess, your reflections on that first half and what you're hoping to see from East Grinstead moving forward in this game.
Many thanks, Will. I think it's a feisty game as usual, but if I'm honest, I think East Grinstead need to just exploit a little bit more down the channels and in through the middle. They've got to be brave. That's what I want to see. I want to see brave players, just like we saw from Robin Bentley.
Already an injection of pace there from McDonald, finding Wheeler, looking to find Lacour. Here is Eliza Wheeler once again, a young player, fires it across almost into the path of Cousins, and I guess that's exactly the start you would have wanted to see from East Grinstead. Energetic, fiery, a couple of good tackles going in.
Yeah, she's got to die for that, in my opinion. No, I'm just joking. It was a very close one.
Maybe on a slightly warmer day. Neat turn there by Fiona Bennett, the Scottish international. Her second season at Wimbledon. Anna Reynolds back operating on the left side of defence, as she was in the first quarter, before moving across to the right in the second. Susie Petty, former England and Great Britain international, saw plenty of the ball in the first half, and we'll be expecting more of it in the second. Cousins hemmed in, but does really well there to pick out a pass. Here is Wheeler. Brown with the aerial ball forwards, which Reynolds misses, but it's going to go all the way through for a Wimbledon restart.
You just wonder if they can just keep going there. They've broken one line, the space in behind. They've just got to keep going.
Westwood. Into Lacour. Argentinian under 21 player does well. Finds McDonald operating now on the left-hand side as she attacks. As we look at it on our screens, East Grinstead attacking now from left to right. Really good work there by Lacour, getting away from Naismith not once but twice. Sees the run of Chloe Brown in those bright shoes, and the ball is a mix-up between Irish international Brown and Welsh international Cousins. They left it for each other, and a very promising move broke down, but it is a promising start and exactly what East Grinstead need. The tabletoppers heading into this game, but it is very, very close, and victory here for Wimbledon would move them to within a point of East Grinstead. Lovely piece of skill there from Bennett to get away from Cousins. Good tackle there by Brown. Free hit goes the way of Wimbledon. As we've seen in hockey only last Saturday with David Goodfield's last-minute winner for England's men in the Pro League, anything can happen in this sport. It's never over until the very final whistle, so long way to go in this one. Naismith firing it into the circles. Wimbledon looks to double their lead. Jones with her back to goal, fires it in. LaCour does really well to get her stick in the way, and East Grinstead can bring it clear once again.
Yeah, I imagine Jones would have wanted something a little bit more out of that. But here come East Grinstead.
Cousins. She's got Bray ahead of her, but that's really good defending there by Maxey to get across, intercept and keep the ball in play. And Jones there working back in defence and taking a tumble. Foul by her Welsh international teammate, Cousins. And danger averted for now. Townsend spinning, turning, looking for some help and eventually finding it. Hawkins to Naismith. And towards Chilton. Injecting some pace on this left-hand side. Here's Bennett. Turning, trying to get past two players, but holding firm. Here's Cousins. Lovely turn there inside of Hawkins, trying to get past two, and she has done. Now she gives the ball up towards Robin Bentley. Bentley looking to take on Reynolds and wins the free hit, does she? The umpire stops the game for the moment. And a green card is given to Chloe Brown, so that's the first card of the game for East Grinstead for a previous offence. Wimbledon's Olivia Chilton receiving the game's other card earlier in the game. That was a good opportunity there, though, for East Grinstead. They're looking fast and fluid on the counter-attack.
Yeah, I just need to head to space. Just went through contact at the end there, but really good again.
It's a neat ball there into Chilton, who switched sides for the moment, looking to get past one. Wins a free hit just outside the circle. Chilton once again looking to dance her way in. Ball deemed to fit an East Grinstead stick, and they can bring it away once again, but the ball goes loose, and it's Wimbledon who will once again have possession. Maxey into Townsend. Townsend fires the ball into towards the circle, and there's two players, and it's off the post, and the second save comes in, and it's saved, and it's in the back of the net eventually, and it's a second goal for Wimbledon, and it's Fiona Bennett who turns it home, adding to her double last week to increase the score here. It's East Grinstead 0, Wimbledon 2.
Well, that was a perfect demonstration of how to rebound. 3 rebounds there, but it all came from that initial strike from Susanna Townsend, just smashing it through into the D. Those are the kinds of opportunities that create goals. So really impressive to see from Wimbledon.
Certainly was pinball for a few seconds there in the East Grinstead circle. The first ball from Townsend was deflected. The shot came in, hit the post. Myers then made a fantastic save, and I think you can count herself quite unlucky there because she'd done the hard work making that first save, and it just happened to fall into the path of Bennett. But the Scottish international in the right place at the right time and doubles Wimbledon's lead. Just makes the job that bit harder now for East Grinstead. They've had their chances, but the hosts now need to find the next goal really and get back into this one as the free hit goes against them, much to the dismay of Tess next to me.
That is true, I did exclaim.
Ball forward by Jones, cut out. Once again a chance for East Grinstead to counter. And Bentley, who whenever she's gotten the ball has been a real handful and is looking to prove so once again, turning away from Reynolds really nicely. Can she find a player in the circle? Reynolds has cut back, the ball is sent across, and eventually hits the foot of Cousins and Wimbledon can bring it clear. Harriet Mitchell doing really well there to find McDonald down this left-hand side. McDonald shaping to hit it on the reverse and gets underneath it, and Sophie Bray, even though the whistle had gone, just
that is a good effort.
cheekily having a little flick at goal. It was saved, but the whistle had already gone for the unintentional aerial. Susanna Townsend just leaves the ball behind her there and still manages to retain it. And wins herself the free hit.
Feels like everything's going against EG at the moment, yeah, but probably all correct.
Just need that one sort of stroke of luck. Meanwhile, at the other end, Eliza Brett trying to cause issues, but in the end, causing an issue for her team. She gave away the free hit.
What I'm loving from this Wimbledon side is that they had almost 3 players in that D when the ball was in their defensive half. I just think that is very attacking and positive hockey. Like to see it.
It's certainly paying off. They hold a 2-goal advantage as things stand, but we've still got 25 minutes or so left of this one. I specifically remember one Pro League game. I'm sure you probably won't be pleased that I'll remind you of this test. In 2019, when Australia scored 2 goals in 20 seconds against GB, so anything can happen in the game of hockey, and if East Grinstead were to do that.
Yeah, but we almost brought it back. We almost brought it back. Second half, we won 2-0.
You did. Yourself and Holly Pern-Webb on the score sheet that day?
Yeah, thank you, Will.
Turning attentions back to the game here. It's a lovely ball into Brown. Brown's got Cousins, decides not to use her and turns and finds her own space. Now finds the Welsh international. Good covering there by Sarah Jane Thornburn, young player from Wimbledon. Here's Townsend once again finding space. Ball in towards Chilton. Chilton just under too much pressure, but wins the ball back really neatly. Tries to get past Brown, plays it into the foot, which I imagine a ball on the foot in the middle of British winter isn't the most pleasant of experiences.
Yeah, as we get into this last third of the game, it's quite interesting because obviously East Grinstead only have a few subs. Wimbledon have a large bench, so I think that's what's going to come down to.
Grinstead have a number of players forward. You've got Hansford, Bray and Bowden all in advanced positions at the moment, and here is Hansford running in towards some space. She's getting away from one player, trying to dribble past the second, and Reynolds just does enough there to snatch the ball back, and Naismith can bring it away, but great endeavour once again from Hansford. East Grinstead pushing hard to try and draw themselves back into this one. Smashed ball forward, finds its way into the path of Nicole Bowen, who wins the free hit for Wimbledon, and calls for something more than a free hit there as the ball was knocked away, but the umpire sees nothing doing, and we carry on with 11 against 11. Neat. Very good tackle there by Cousins, looking to find Bray, and Mackie comes across and gives away the sideline ball to East Grinstead, but halts the momentum for the moment. Bray with one ahead of her, trying to find Bowden, but Maxie reads that well, gets her hand down on her stick, and here's now Eliza Brett. Lucy Holder trying to get past Sienna Kaisers, the youngster doing well there to thwart that attempt. Brett and Holder linking up down this left-hand side. Very neat tackle there by Westwood. Finds Cousins, and Cousins once again with the chance to break. Turns well, still running into space. She's got Bray to her right, finds Bray. Bray with Reynolds for company, and Reynolds does well to just get there ahead of Bray. Hold it up. The Wimbledon numbers flooding back. It's very noticeable just how quickly they all managed to get back into a defensive position. Neat turn there by Bowen. To Townsend, to Naismith. Once again, Wimbledon happy to just go back to the defence as Hawkin fires it across to Maxi. Maxi down this right-hand side to Petty. The court, they're trying her best to intercept and disrupt. And does really well to snatch that back. Plays it forward to Bray, but it's just too far away from the East Grinstead captain. And it goes out for a Wimbledon restart. It's just getting a little bit loose from both teams at the moment. Still just over 20 minutes to play in this one.
That was a fantastic slider into the midfield. You can just see Wimbledon becoming very confident on the ball now, stretching the game.
As Tess wrecks the joint. Eliza Wheeler just tries to turn away from the player there, but it's back again. And here's Bennett, scorer of the second goal, down this left-hand side towards Brett. Brett with Kaisers for company. Hawkins to Bennett. Turns away from one. Trying to get into the circle. Neatly cut out by Cousins. Naismith. Maxi. All the Wimbledon players bar the goalkeeper inside the East Grinstead half. Most of them inside the East Grinstead circle for the moment. As McDonald tries to bring it clear, but Petty does well. And here's Lucy Holder with a bit of space, gets into the circle. Here's Naismith with the shot, and it's wide. And you feel that that was the chance to bury the game.
Oh,
and Alex
she's not
Danson
gonna be
Bennett in
happy.
front of us there, exasperated that that hasn't found its way in. And that was a big moment. Do you reckon the game could swing on this?
Well, I think EG are lucky there. That was a really good start, routine, I think, almost. Lucy Holder deciding not to go for the reverse six shot, but actually to pass it top D. You wonder if she should just take touch and just smash it in the top corner.
Do you think Naismith was going for the shot, or was she looking for the player at the post to deflect it in?
It's one of those that, honestly, the quicker you do it, it doesn't matter what kind of shot it is. So I think the player at the post will be gutted, but not if she scores again here.
Wimbledon are coming forward with Bowen. Bowen just turns back into traffic, but she's still got the ball. Into the circle. Ball fired across towards Jones. Myers is there. It comes back towards Holder. Holder slightly great save by Myers. Up into the air. Nothing given yet, and now Wimbledon have the corner. What a great save, though, by Myers. Great reactions getting down low. Unfortunately, the ball just bounced up in the air, though, and second corner of the game. The umpires just stopped time for the moment to confer and indeed award the penalty corner.
Yeah, that's the right decision. It came off the goalie high, so that is therefore a corner. But yeah, you just wonder what they've been doing in their training. Clearly a lot of goal scoring sort of rebound work.
They're certainly flooding the circle with numbers, so they've got plenty of players in there for the rebounds when they come about. Of course, they didn't need a rebound for their first goal as Maxi fired their first corner of the game straight into the bottom corner. Can she repeat the feat? She's at the top of the circle with Anna Reynolds also looking in prime position for a strike. And it is Maxi. It's well charged down. It falls back to Maxi, and it's charged down again off the foot of Brown, and it's the second corner in a row for Wimbledon.
It's a slick routine. It's a slick routine.
Visitors really ramping up the pressure, looking to get the third goal in the dying moments of this quarter to, you think in their minds, would settle the game.
Just quick note, that was really good running from Harriet Mitchell.
Was. Certainly was. Can she repeat the feat? Jones to inject once again. And this time it's Reynolds firing towards goal, and a great block by Westwood, but legally so. And we go again. It'll be Jones once again to inject. Reynolds and Maxi just switching castles. And it's Maxi this time. Straight strikes down low, good save and fired behind by Brown. So danger averted for now. Wimbledon will have the long corner, but good work there from Laura Myers, and everything that's been required of Laura, she's done very well so far today. Naismith's pass into the circle.
That is what we call standing your ground.
Effective from an East Grinstead point of view, though, as they come away with the free hit. And the whistle goes at the end of the third quarter, and it's not going the way the hosts and the league leaders before today wanted. Fiona Bennett scoring to make the lead. 2 goals for Wimbledon as we head into the last period of this game very shortly. Here we go. Once again, the final quarter underway here at St Hill, and East Grinstead really need something quite quickly at the start of this second quarter to get back into this one as they trail 2-0. In their first game at home in the Premier Division top 6. Of course, the league split into 2 for the second half of the season. Each of the top 6 playing each other home and away across the course of the next 9 weeks, having already started last week. Wimbledon looking to make it 5 wins in a row with victory here today to move themselves to within 1 point of East Grinstead. They are on course to do that at the moment, but we've still got 16.5 minutes remaining here. Fiona Bennett, scorer of the second goal, just can't quite keep that one in. Do you think anything would have changed in the team talk heading into the final quarter 2-0 down, or would it just been the same message that the players would have had all game so far?
I think in the East Grinstead huddle it would have been get the ball up, we have to play in their half. There's no point us defending the whole quarter because the score will stay the same. You get 1 goal, then you look for the next. But already you can see that Sophie Bray's playing a little bit higher as she is just coming in here now, as opposed to a bit deeper, looking to perhaps get that 1 chance that we need to get back in this game.
Made mention of Sophie's work rate before the game, and we've certainly seen that so far today. She's been all over the pitch, defending in the middle of the pitch, defending in her own circle, attacking. Very much almost like Harry Kane at Spurs, just doing everything, and hopefully she can see a little bit more of the ball in an attacking sense in this quarter and produce the finishes that we know she can. top goal scorer in the league so far this season, as Sarah Jones, one of the other top goal scorers, looks to get into the circle, but Harriet Mitchell does really well, cuts the ball out, and East Grinstead can just bring it clear for the moment. Someone who's seen a lot of possession and sort of seems to be mentioned every other moment is Chloe Brown, the Irish international. How influential can she be in this last quarter, do we think? Townsend tackled in the middle of the pitch by Eliza Wheeler. McDonald in towards the core now. LaCour with Bentley to her left, tries to find her, but it's just cut out. Really well read by Reynolds. And the half chances, they are just starting to come for East Grinstead. And that's exactly what they want to see as we head into the last quarter of an hour. Here is Brown, Wheeler. Wheeler trying to turn her out of trouble, but just swarmed by too many bodies. Reynolds looks as though it hit a foot of someone. And eventually the free hit goes the way of the hosts.
This is much better positioning from East Grinstead, looking to stretch the pitch. We just got, oh dear.
Great interception there by Chilton. She's racing forward. She's got Westwood for company. Plays it across instead to Sarah Jane Thorburn. And what a save by Myers! Brilliant from the goalkeeper to tip that one over the bar. And that could, well, that certainly kept East Grinstead in the game. What a save. Wimbledon still coming forward. Townsend fires it in towards the circle. Wheeler gets a touch on it. It comes towards Fiona Bennett, looking for her second and slides it wide. We mentioned it earlier, Laura Myers, everything that she's been required to do today, she's done very, very well, and that's certainly the highlight of her game so far. Thorburn in plenty of room, great strike. Perhaps it was just a comfortable height for the goalkeeper, but she still had to get down quickly and tip that one over the crossbar. And still East Grinstead remain in touch in this one. Of course, this isn't the only action taking place at Saints Hill today. After this one, beginning at 6 o'clock roughly, we have Surbiton's men coming to visit East Grinstead's men as the men's Premier Division top 6 gets underway. Still plenty to go in this one though, as Eliza Brett manages to intercept the ball, gets away from a couple, interchanging with Jones, but Westwood is across. Sarah Jones though manages to win it back, plays it down the left-hand side. Thorburn smacks it into the circle, but it goes off the baseline.
Again, you can just see how many Wimbledon shirts are in that final quarter, and it's just really good to see this sort of attacking hockey. Everybody wants to get a shot. Everybody wants to have a go.
Certainly plenty of goal scorers in the Wimbledon team, as they've proved throughout the course of the season. 3 of those goal scorers aren't here today. In the form of Kate Axford, Holly Pernwebb and Fiona Crackles, all unavailable with pending international duty coming up. Hawkins into Thorburn. Really come alive in the last few moments as the youngster. That's across to the top of the circle. Naismith fires it back in. It's a touch! Sarah Jones scores her 8th of the season, and you think that might be that, as Wimbledon have a 3rd. Alex Danson embracing the substitutes below me. And Sarah Jones, something I saw her working on in GB training this week, in the right place to get that deflection beyond Myers, who could do nothing. And it's East Grinstead 0, Wimbledon 3.
Again, it's just coming from that hard hit outside the D. If the ball's falling, get it towards goal. You know, if that was going outside of the frame of the goal, I don't think that deflection would have gone in, but it was. It was heading towards goal. Simple touch needed.
Fantastic from Sarah Jones. She's been on fire in front of goal for Wimbledon this season, making a real impression at her new club, having joined from Holcombe. And here she is on the ball once again. Chilton to her right, Brett to her left. Goes to Chilton. Chilton up against 3, still manages to keep hold of the ball and actually concedes the free hit. Still got 10.5 minutes remaining here. Still a long time to go in this one, and chances for East Grinstead to get back into it. And they have had their openings. Robin Bentley was one-on-one with Cochrane in the second quarter and denied well by the Scottish goalkeeper before Cochrane saved quite brilliantly, actually, a penalty stroke. It's been a quiet day so far for Sophie Bray in an attacking sense, and you just feel if you can get the ball to her in the circle, she can do something. Fired up towards Bray, brilliantly controlled. Unlucky there to lose out to Hawkins. Holder, very well tackled by Kaisers. Mitchell. Lovely ball in towards Wheeler, but she can't quite control it, and Wimbledon once again when it's in the centre of the pitch and looking forward, attacking with vigour. Winning the free hit there is the captain Naismith. Petty takes it quickly to Sarah Jones. Naismith. Back to Maxi, scorer of the first goal, coming in the opening quarter. Holder goes on the reverse. Blocked on the edge of the circle by Westwood. Just gets it away for a sideline ball for the team from South West London. Great tackle once again by Westwood. Great reading of the game as Chilton looked to run into the circle. Winning the long corner, which Hawkins will take. To Reynolds. Maxi. Straight strike in towards the circle, deflected behind. And out for a long corner to the visitors. Townsend smashing it across the field, can't find a teammate though, and it's Cousins. Once again, racing to bring it clear. She's got two ahead of her. Plays a long ball forward, which Lacour is racing to chase. She's going to get there as the Argentinian. She's got Bray inside the circle. Lacour just about keeps it in play, forced to check back, goes to the 3D skills. Great tackle by Naismith, hits the foot of Maxi just outside the circle though. And this, you feel like East Grinstead have to make something of this to get back into this one. Taken quickly by Cousins, trying to get the required 5 metres before getting it into the circle, and Bennett's back to tackle, illegally so. Hansford will take this one. Gets it into the circle, it's cut out by Reynolds. Naismith can bring it clear with Burnett for company, finds her but gives it away. So East Grinstead once again putting on the pressure, winning the ball high up inside their opponent's half. Eliza Wheeler, surrounded by two players, needs a bit of help. Naismith eventually wins the ball. Wheeler doing well to partially win it back, but concedes the free hit. Well, actually might have even gone off the baseline, and danger averted for the moment for Wimbledon. Nicole Bowen, intercepted by Lacour. Can Wheeler get there? No, she can't. Jones instead, scorer of the third goal in this game. Tidying up Bray against Townsend. The ball hits the leg of Lacourt. Petty, Burnett, Wimbledon still full of running despite their strong advantage in this game. Eliza Brett trying to dribble away past several defenders, keeps hold of the ball, moves into the centre of the pitch. Pass is intercepted. Second attempt now, gets it across to Petty, who's happy to just keep hold of it for the moment before finding Bowen. Jones can't control it. Brown tidies up. Here's Hansford with a little bit of space. What can she do? She finds Wheeler down the left. She's got Bray ahead of her. Bray's the furthest player on the pitch forward though for East Grinstead, having to go it alone down the left hand side and eventually just run off the ball. Anna Reynolds into Jones. Under pressure from Bowden, winning the free hit, takes it quickly. Aerial ball towards Burnett, scorer of the second goal in this game. Burnett fires it in towards the circle, it's deflected behind off Mitchell. Two Wimbledon players there lurking just in front of the keeper, Holder and Thornburn. Jones now trying to find a teammate down the right hand side. Bowden doing well, cutting the first ball out and then winning the free hit. The aerial forward is cut out by Petty, who's been an ever-presence in this game. Seen so much of the ball down that right-hand side for Wimbledon. Maxi with a lovely ball forward into Holder. Holder happy to just retreat. Wimbledon, of course, have that 3-goal advantage, so no pressure to get the ball inside the circle. Can take their time building these attacks. Maxi now. Hawkins. Holder. Back to Hawkins. Townsend. It's a lovely ball into Petty. Petty smashes it in towards the circle, hits the foot just outside the circle. And initially I thought it was Joe Westwood, but given the other way, and East Grinstead have the free hit. 4 minutes to go here. It's never over till it's over, but just East Grinstead haven't been able to fashion those circle entries that they would have wanted to in these last few minutes. Sienna Kaisers, who's impressed the youngster. Here's Hansford, winning the free hit.
So it's better from East Grinstead with the numbers high. Just need to see if we can break through this aggressive press from Wimbledon, as we do.
Skills there from McDonald, pass into the circle, just miss-hit and bobbles behind, and I guess that must be the frustration for the team, and that they've managed to get themselves into some good positions, but that final killer ball or the killer shot just hasn't quite been there today.
Yeah, it's really the execution of the passing, I think, that's let down East Grinstead in that final third. Just playing the ball without any real care.
Hawkins once again, lovely ball to Chilton down this left-hand side, and Wimbledon once again on the attack. Chilton trying to cut in past Mitchell, but really, really well read there by the captain of the indoor team. McDonald there slips. Possession ceded to Bowen, but she can't keep it in. And 2.5 minutes to go. It's looking like a long way back for East Grinstead right now. They trail 3-0 here to Wimbledon. Lovely work once again in the press by Wimbledon to win the ball in a dangerous position. Sarah Jones got a bit of space, gets it into the circle, shot on the turn by Chilton, quite a long way wide in the end.
Yeah, so really professional press from Wimbledon. As you can see, high numbers. They're playing basically a front six almost, looking to disrupt anything from the EG outlet.
That's something they've done throughout the whole game, isn't it, Tess? Even from the first moments, pressing both high up the pitch when they're in possession, but also every time East Grinstead have gotten the ball, just never giving them a chance to really breathe or have some room. As once again, they show exactly that. And as they break forward, here is Townsend. Can Townsend get the ball into the circle? She can. It is initially found by Westwood, an East Grinstead defender, and Mitchell can bring it clear. And just relentless, really, from
I
Wimbledon.
think it's interesting to see the mindset. It's press hard, win the ball, get to help side. Very simple sort of 3-step process to creating chances.
Here's Thornburn trying with the 3D steals to get into the circle, but lifted it way above knee height. Therefore deemed dangerous, and East Grinstead can bring it clear with Bray. Bray trying to turn in past Hawkins, I think that was. Wins the free hit for her team. Kaiser's initial pass is intercepted. Still manages to find McDonald. McDonald up against Townsend, trying to turn in and winning the free hit. Love to, from East Grinstead perspective, finish this one off with a goal. Get themselves on the score sheet. And it's a free hit to the hosts. McDonald, plenty of running still in her legs. Certainly has put a lot of effort into this one. and the ball is deflected behind for a long corner. Last moments of this match. Kaisers and towards Bowden. Bowden deflects up and nothing given, and brought clear now by Wimbledon. Bennett winning, conceding the free hit actually. One last throw of the dice, do you feel? Knew as soon as I said that. The final whistle goes, and it is disappointment for the hosts. The league leaders are defeated by Wimbledon. Goals for the visitors coming from Kate Maxey in the first quarter, before Fiona Bennett and Sarah Jones added strikes in the second half, meaning that it is Wimbledon who take the 3 points today and move to within 1 point of East Grinstead in the table. And Tess, just from you, what are your thoughts on the game, and how are you reflecting on it?
I think it's a fair result, if I'm honest. Wimbledon, professional performance. They took their chances and they created a lot of chances. So I think tonight they deserve the win. So well done.
How do you feel it reflects on the league that we've got now? 4 teams really fighting out for the title. Still a long way to go in the season. I guess that must, I know it's disappointment for East Grinstead today, but it must shape up really well for the rest of the season.
I think it's great, and this the first time we get to properly do this split half, because the last time we tried it, COVID happened. So I think it's a huge benefit of this is getting that quality hockey throughout the whole second half of the season, and the top 4 clash is those are the games you want to play in, and I think will be really exciting this whole rest of the half season.
Well, thank you for joining us, and Tess, and thank you to those who have watched at home. Unfortunately, disappointment in the first game of the day for East Grinstead, but stick with us. We have another game coming very shortly at 6 o'clock, as the Surbiton men's team in front of me just getting ready. They will be taking on East Grinstead in the men's Premier Division, the top 6 returning for the first time. So make sure you join us shortly.